We're going to get into all of the nonsense from the Grammys, but we're starting off with this. An absolute injustice that Beyonce, of all people, won the award for Best Country Album and Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter, which no one liked, listened to, or cared about. I will just say, anyone who says that this was their favorite album of 2024, you're just lying. You're just lying because Beyonce is one of those celebrities, one of those musicians you just cannot say anything negative about without people literally from the beehive swarming you to attack. So she won this award for Cowboy Carter. It's not even what I would call a country album. It's more so a parody of the entire country genre, mixed in with a little bit of distaste for the country music fan base itself, who are characterized as redneck, racist, hillbilly Trump supporters.
So these were the country albums that were nominated. It was Cowboy Carter from Beyonce, F1 Trillion from Post Malone, Deeper Well from Casey Musgraves, Higher from Chris Stapleton, and Whirlwind from Lainey Wilson. So, if it had been Post Malone, I suppose you could say the same thing as Post Malone. Clearly wanted to be a country musician, but then...
He's better at it than Beyonce,
Yes.
that's for sure. I mean, he actually is talented and would deserve the recognition. But this is just, the funny thing is that Beyonce pretended to be shocked when she won this award. But the fact that she won it at all proves the theory that the Grammys are always rigged in her favor. And that perhaps...
This is what, her 34th? Her 34th
She's
Grammy?
won, so many, but people act like she's been snubbed for years. Like, that's not true at all. But the running theory, the conspiracy theory online, which we've talked about in the past, is that Beyonce has goons that she's sending out all over the industry.
I mean, I think it's more likely that...
threaten other artists into clapping for her and supporting her when she didn't earn these awards at all.
Or Jay-Z just wrote the check.
Or it was a payoff from Jay-Z, right?
Here's the video of her. Oh, okay, look, I'll give her this. If she's not actually shocked, good job.
Nice acting there. Oh, it's me? Old me?
She does have a history of acting. She has acted before.
In Austin Powers?
And she was in that really bad movie, Obsession.
Okay.
So she's acted before.
Yeah.
But
she's like, me, little old Beyonce?
She didn't just win Country Album of the Year, though. She also won, Album of the Year?
Yes, Album of the Year
I suppose
well.
that follows. It would be weird if somebody was nominated for Album of the Year and Country Album of the Year, won Album of the Year, but didn't win Country Album of the Year. But it makes sense if you won Country Album of the Year, you could theoretically not win Album of the Year. Does that make sense?
Well, I think that they are giving her this award as a participation trophy, basically. And it was incredibly politicized, the way that they did it. I don't even care for Billie Eilish as an artist, but I think everyone agreed that Billie Eilish deserved this award just in terms of impact alone.
She's crying right here because she's very happy for Beyonce.
They're claiming Lady Gaga and Billie Eilish are crying witnessing Beyonce winning Album of the Year. It's the way we all love and root for Beyonce.
I actually kind of love the idea that she's just shamelessly crying for herself and not for another person.
No, that's literally the truth. Billie Eilish is probably crying because she deserved this award and Beyonce got it instead.
There's a 20 here from Zach Hates YouTube, says Sabrina should have won Album of the Year. I'm even really into pop.
Okay.
But Short and Sweet is a good album. I think he meant to say
also,
I'm not into pop, but what do you think, Mary?
It either would have been Sabrina Carpenter or Billie Eilish if the Grammys weren't rigged in Beyonce's favor. They are.
That's what the first thing Olivia said was that how did Espresso not win
Song of the Year? Of course, just in terms of impact and streaming numbers and all of that, it should have been, but it wasn't.
I feel like the best way to judge these types of situations is how far it makes it. You don't judge these things by Stan Twitter. You judge it by how deep into normie culture it makes it to. Mm-hmm. And Sabrina Carpenter made it very deep into normie culture this year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all of the sorority girls were dancing to Sabrina's songs.
I did like her.
During Rush
I did like
season.
her flask.
Oh, her rhinestone
Sabrina
flask,
Carpenter was. I wonder what she was drinking.
Well, everyone was basically framing Beyonce's win as a win for all Black people, including her mother, Tina Knowles, praising the Grammys for the changes they've made to celebrate Black excellence. She said on Instagram, "I have to commend the Academy that in the most racist times, we're living in the most racist times. With all the pressure being put on everyone to do away with or not celebrate excellence or the exceptional accomplishments of Black people, they stepped up and did the right thing. It took a lot of courage and integrity to do that. I was moved by the speech of the head of the Academy, Harvey Mason, and his candidness about the desire to change. So thank you, Grammys, for being bold, for being brave, and for doing the right thing." I also saw this post that said, "Beyonce, Kendrick, and Doechii swept the Grammys and Taylor Swift went home empty-handed. Happy Black History Month indeed."
I think that Taylor Swift is so powerful that they wanted her to win and she said no because she knows it's good for her public image to not win one year.
She had to give Beyonce a little pat on the head, maybe.
You know what I think they should do? Maybe this is just the guy in me, but to get the whole point of this statement is that the winner is unbelievably subjective, right? Mm-hmm. Anybody can make a case for their favorite artist winning. What we need to do is we need to so fine, you have the subjective stage of the awards ceremony, which is the nominations, right? But from there, it should become skills games where they all have to compete against each other in something that actually has like a score on a board so that we get a real winner.
A glorified American Idol.
I want it to I want it to be American Gladiator. They should have to compete in like skills competitions, like running an obstacle course.
I know that it's not just based on streaming numbers and popularity, and it shouldn't be just based on popularity. Like, I'm sure that they have their own standards for judging the actual quality of the music that's nominated. But even by those standards, Cowboy Carter was absolute buns. It wasn't good. And it wasn't good as country music either. But she was merely given this award clearly as a virtue signal. No. And some other Black excellence that was displayed at the Grammys? Jaden Smith's outfit. He's wearing a house on his head. See that?
I don't know what that means, and I don't know why his sister...
Is that like a Nosferatu reference or something?
Maybe.
Like, it's like a castle that he's wearing, and his face has a cutout there.
Somebody said, look, there's going to be a lot of talk about humiliation rituals.
He brought the house down, they said.
She forgot her shirt.
She forgot her pants as well.
And her pants.
They also replied with this photo of Willem Dafoe wearing the same outfit.
Yep.
He's wearing a house. Like, is this a thing that they do?
I guess.
Is it like a statement on like the opposite of the White House? It's the Black House?
I'm sure there's somebody in the chat's gonna have like all the details about
Let us know the lore. Another embarrassing moment that I saw at the Grammys was Taylor Swift dancing like an awkward granny with hip issues.
I am back to my belief that Taylor Swift does this for relatability issues. I believe that she's been a professional singer and tour performer for how many years now? Well over a decade.
Most of her life.
Like, I don't think that you can actively be a bad dancer when you have to professionally dance like 200 days of the year for 10 years. So I think she does it on purpose to be more relatable to random white women. Like, I don't think that this is an accident.
Well,
here she is.
This is her dancing to Not Like Us, and it's just the most awkward thing you've ever seen. She's like doing this in stilettos, by the way, like totally drunk.
Yeah.
And then there was also a video of her dancing to Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso performance.
Yeah.
This isn't just the relatability factor. This is her projecting the image of being like a girls supporting girls thing.
Yes.
Like, she's like trying to make people think that she's not a cutthroat businesswoman that sabotages other artists.
20 there.
This was from Gordon Shumway. Might as well give it to Beyonce. Do we really want to see Kanye go out there yet again and make an ass out of himself and interrupt the Grammys again and say Beyonce deserved the award? There was already enough cringe. Well, if they gave that Album of the Year award to Taylor Swift, we definitely would have seen a repeat of that event.
But you know what?
I would have loved to see that, though.
None of this matters because AI is here to help us and show us what actually could be if the Grammys went the way it should go. So this is my favorite video from the Grammys last night.
Cowboy Carter.
It's getting crazy.
Wow, I really was not expecting.
Neither was I. Neither was I.
Whoever said that AI couldn't serve humanity?
Look, we may end up being slaves to technology one day, but until then, it's going to be hilarious.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.